Hello, fellow Voyagers. Jess here with Odyssey Human. Here today to talk about how humor is the magic gateway to your biggest desires. Welcome to the channel. This is a place where we help you hack through the jungles of consciousness so you can discover the hidden treasures inside of you. My friends, it's all there, ready and waiting to be activated by you. If that sounds good, please subscribe. We'd love to have you join us on the channel. I have never ever heard any other coaches talk about using humor as a gateway. Have a running joke about your desire, about your really big desires. Have a running joke about them. What does that mean? A running joke is every time you think about that thing in a general sense, you return to the same story, and the story is a running joke. In my family, I have, when I'm a millionaire, I'm going to do this, this, and this. When I'm a millionaire, those are the cue words, right? The words that I'm saying when I'm a millionaire is the running joke. And what it does, what a running joke does in your life, it lightens the mood, right? You don't come off as serious about I'm trying to embody this vision. I'm not quite there yet, but I'm really serious about it. That energy creates discomfort in ourselves and the people around us. It just does, right? And so a running joke lightens the mood. It keeps things safe. You're safe to say it out loud if it's a running joke, and people know it's a running joke from your body language, the tone of voice that you're using, the smile, the little twinkle in your eye. They can pick up on that, and you get a more positive response from people. Because one of the issues that I struggled with in trying to live in the end and then reaching the end was that chasm in between where the 3D, I still wasn't seeing it in the 3D, and I really wanted to embody it. And what I had in my head and what I had in 3D seemed like two different worlds, right? And I wanted to be graceful, functional, and natural in both of them, right? I wanted to honor my vision, and I also wanted to not look like a crazy person in 3D reality when I'm interacting with friends, family, strangers, right? I think this is often what I've never heard anyone acknowledge or talk about is how do you bridge that gap? How are you loyal to the vision in your head while still being a normal functioning adult out in the real world? Because let's admit it, we all still need to function and live in our 3D reality and act appropriately to what it is showing us, right? And so humor helps us do that. Humor helps us do that, bridge that gap, be honest, be authentic to both places, be functional in both places. And so it kind of lubricates, again, your interactions with the avatars, the people, and that are you pushed out, all of that great jargon that we use. It helps lubricate those interactions when it's a running joke and you're making light of it and you're being playful about it and fun. It helps those folks get used to the idea of you being whatever you are visioning your being. Like with my family, it gets used to us all talking about stepping into a state of abundance. It's wonderful. It's fun. When we do it, it's like my family has now started parroting me. They say, when you're a millionaire, we're going to go do this, which is fun. It's actually it's like a team building exercise, a bonding exercise, right? I think that really, it helps us to do that. So it not only helps in an external way, it also helps, humor in talking about your desires as a running joke, making them humorous, making them fun and lighthearted. It also helps us internally. It is an internal assistance to us. Often we aren't aware of where we are anchoring our truth. Now, I made a video not that long ago about what it really feels like to live in the end. Check it out here. Because the end state is a place in our awareness, and often we are so taking for granted our truth. We take our truth for granted so much that it's almost hard to see where we have anchored our attention into a particular story, that it's not here yet. I'm not fulfilled. I'm waiting on it. I'm trying to manifest it, right? The base belief there is that it's not here. right? That's the base belief. But we take it for granted so much that we forget that really we have anchored our attention into a story. We're constantly doing that. We're constantly anchoring our attention into a story. There is no logic. There is no reason. Every story you anchor to, you came up with in imagination. Every story you anchor to, like this process doesn't just apply to your biggest desires. It is in every waking moment of your reality. And so we forget. We just take things for granted of like, oh, well, this is true. I don't see it. It's not out there. That's what's true for me. And so now I'm bringing this trying. When really the anchor we have dropped is in that truth. And that's why it feels like we're trying to swim against the weight of that anchor and we're not getting anywhere. We really have to pick the anchor up. Pick your anchor up out of that story. Like lift it, raise it, drop it somewhere else, lock it into a different point of reference. That's what I mentioned in the last video. And then take that for granted. Anticipate that reality. Because when we get doubtful, right, humor helps us. Having a running joke helps us to do this process, to lift our anchor and put it into a new place. Because it's fun. There's an element of fun to it. It entices us to want to lift that anchor and put it into the joke instead, right? There still may be a base belief there if I don't have it and I'm just joking about this desire, just like Jess said, to make it more lighter, to make it easier to talk about. But really what you're doing, you're priming yourself. You're practicing telling a new story in a non-threatening way, getting used to the idea of yourself as that, practicing it, being able to externalize that more easily. And that in turn is living in the end. Like you're practicing. It's like training wheels. And so, because the doubt, what pulls us back to the doubt, that base belief of it's not here, what re-anchors us, we somehow, a lot of the time we are able to, raise that anchor, put it down over here, but then it's like we forget and we go right back to the old anchor. You'll know that you've changed your point of reference when you think about the thing, you instantly go into the anchor, the new anchor, into the running joke. And so that's what's nice about the running joke. It has a lightness and an ease to it that makes it easy to make a habit of. As opposed to having that seriousness and the pressure that we put on ourselves to pick up that anchor and move it and then stay there. And oh my gosh, and then the doubt creeps in because doubt is really, we're getting distracted by our old yeses. Our old yeses to truth. Our old places of truth that we keep going back to. We thought we were in the new anchor. We thought we were in the living in the end. We thought we were, and then we get doubtful and we slip right back to that old anchor, that old worn sandbar that we always, I've always been poor. I've always been poor. What's going to change? What am I thinking? We just are re-anchoring in that story. But humor can get us out of it. So I urge you to try this because and I'm not talking about small desires. You can joke about small stuff. You can, it really, when you're first starting out, when you're first starting to talk about it and embody it, you can do small stuff, but I would go right to big stuff. Like literally the biggest things I have manifested, I have joked about them coming in before they arrived. That has worked incredibly well for me. Pretty much every time I've done that, reality conforms. And that is what happens. I get there by using humor. And so I encourage you, make a running joke out of what you desire that you're already there. When I'm a millionaire, when I'm married, oh my gosh, this would be a great outfit for me to wear. So you can do this internally, you can do it externally. It is a safe way to bridge the gap between where you are in your mind, where you want to be in 3D, and then dealing with people, places, circumstances in between in a safe and comfortable way. So let me know what you thought. Drop a comment below. I'm happy to engage with you. And If you need a tool to help you reprogram your mental space, make it a more peaceful, happy, amicable place, go ahead and grab that below. It is in the description box. It's always free for you. It's a free resource I provide with every video. It'll never go away. And if you need to reach me, my email is also in the description box. Thanks for watching. Have a great day, guys.